is Josh Allen the QB under the most pressure next season?
No, he's not. I don't think he's the number one QB under the most pressure. I think that title would go to Tom Brady, and here's why. I believe that pressure, in a lot of ways, is a function of time, right? How much time do you have left with the opportunities that are afforded to you? Tom Brady's 44 years old, and he retired last year as the league leader in passing yards. This dude retired on top. It doesn't happen. Drew Brees retired, didn't look great in his last year. We saw Peyton Manning retire, didn't look great in his last little spat of his seasons. But Tom Brady retired on top. And then 40 days later, he came back. And if anybody knows Tom Brady, the dude with 7 championships, Tom Brady didn't come back to be average. He didn't come back to lose. He's coming back to win. And so for me, the person who's under the most pressure in a lot of ways is TB12 because of the expectations, number one, but more importantly, the function of time. He does not have as much time left as some of these other younger QBs.
The thing with that, though, for me, Sam, like, I agree with you. There's going to be pressure on Tom Brady, but it's on himself. Like, he's got to feel like he's going out on top, which he would have done if he left and stayed gone. It's not from the outside because he already has so many rings and has already brought a chip to Tampa Bay. And obviously, we know what he did in New England. For me, this has got to be about Aaron Rodgers, and it's not even close. And look, the Packers have 1 Super Bowl ring. That's all great. And then they moved on from their head coach, and we have yet to see Green Bay come up since then. And they've had to make moves because of what Aaron Rodgers has done during the offseason. They had to get rid of Devontae Adams because that is what he wanted, and it feels like a lot of that decision was because it was predicated on what Rodgers did. Look, this is a fan base that I know really well. My family lives in Wisconsin. I go there very often. They're big Packers fans. This is a fan base that's extremely frustrated with their quarterback and the drama that they've had to ride over the last 2 seasons. If this guy doesn't come back and they don't go take a wide receiver in the draft that can immediately make an impact on this team and have them put up points, it's a complete failure in Green Bay, if you ask me. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' record in the postseason, he's 11-10. Okay, great. 4 of those losses have been in overtime, and 3 of those losses have come without 1 offensive touchdown. That's a problem. And so Aaron Rodgers needs to figure out not only how to win a Super Bowl there in Green Bay this year, but also right the ship for all the drama that's gone on and also make Lambeau Field now be a place where they win in the postseason, something they haven't done the last few years.
She's trying to act like she's the only one that goes to Wisconsin to see her father on that side of the family. I go too. Shout out Ripon, Wisconsin. Them cheese curds are serious.
They're so
but
good.
Let's go back to who really has the most pressure on him. Who's America's team? Who's the quarterback of America's team? Those Dallas Cowboys. Who does Stephen A. love to pile up on every Monday morning after they have a letdown? It's the Dallas Cowboys. So Dak Prescott is most clearly the guy with the most pressure on him. $160 million contract. Every year we have the same question. Is this guy one of the best? Should he be paid that type of money? Pressure, it's all over Dallas. Amari Cooper leaves. Now it's CeeDee Lamb is the number 1. Pressure there. Mike McCarthy steps in, some issues managing a clock, some other managerial decisions, coaching decisions off to the side there. A group that goes 12-5 and is usurped in the first round by an upstart San Fran squad that goes on a run and almost to a Super Bowl. Look, Dak Prescott has been there for a lot of years now at this point. What Dak Prescott has not been able to do is find consistency. You can even question health now coming off what happened 2 seasons ago. But how about the playoffs? My man's 1-3 in the playoffs. The quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most storied franchises in all of, not football, sport. So Dak Prescott better deliver this year because, yes, good season last year. Yes, good statistics last year. But it didn't end up being anything in the postseason but a bounce job in a wild card game. This group better figure it out, these Dallas Cowboys.
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, Jordan, whose fault was that? You just said it was Mike McCarthy's fault. You just said it was the coach's fault. Dak Prescott had the number 1 offense in the NFL, number 1. So that's great for him.
How did he do in that postseason game? How did he do in that
defense,
postseason game?
Hold on, real quick. Because it wasn't his fault they lost. Ask anybody, they're not saying, Dak Prescott is the reason we lost. A lot of people are saying it's coaching error, right? Coaching, in math, people say statistical error. Coaching error, number 1. Number 2, the defense, right? This is to the point of will they be good again and go on again? Their defense is going to get better. Dan Quinn had head coaching job opportunities that he either turned down or whatever reason he didn't go to, and now he's coming back year 2 in this defense, reinvigorated. Michael Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, et cetera, et cetera. So the defense will be better. So I think the Cowboys will be be better. The issues with the Cowboys wasn't with Dak Prescott and their number one offense. The issues was with coaching. So if anything, if you talk about the Dallas Cowboys specifically, Mike McCarthy has more pressure in that organization than anybody, number one. Number two, to the Packers example, Shay, and I respect that, right? I respect where you're coming from in the fact that Aaron Rodgers is 11-10 in the playoffs, hasn't looked good.
What, Sam? What?
Where's the but?
You know me too well. You know me too well. I believe you are a bit biased because of the Chicago connection.
Ooh.
You want to see him. I'm just saying, right? Shay, you and I go back, right? We go back, boom, boom. I played with the Bears. I get it. I'm wearing green, right? So like Packer, whatever. But I think that Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers wanted to do. Number one, he got himself paid. $150 million guaranteed for 3 years, $50 million a year, right? That's more than any other quarterback per year. Then he got his best friend paid. He got his homie paid. Devontae Adams went to Las Vegas and got paid, the highest paid receiver, at least at that time. And so if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm chilling. I'm like, dude, I got paid. I got myself paid. Yeah, legacy, I got my Super Bowl. Maybe I'll win another one. Maybe I won't. But a lot of the blame, and I get it, a lot of people in Green Bay, they're looking at the quarterback and saying, are we going to go through these issues again with COVID, with vaccine, with whatever? And I get that, and that's a real thing. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm low-key like, hey, man, look how much money I have in my bank account. Look at what I did for my team. Like our plan, our whole last dance thing, that worked out to perfection. Obviously, we didn't win a Super Bowl, but it worked out because I got mine and you got yours, and we're going to ride off in the sunset.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.